Hello, hello. We are back, and as far as I can tell, multi-stream is running as intended, which yippee. Okay. My OBS is a lot more cluttered now because I don't have I don't have an easy way to look at both chats. So like it's such a mess. But essentially, I used some tertiary software to get a singular chat feed that combines both YouTube and Twitch chat, and it looks decent. And I've formatted it in a way that I can live with, and that's doing fine. The problem is that in terms of like OBS docs, it doesn't want to play nice. So I now have two chats as two separate docs, and I just have them side by side, which means that my OBS visual feed is incredibly small because I'm like my second monitor is one half OBS, other half browser because I need to look up stuff occasionally. So everything is it feels incredibly cramped, but at the end of the day, it is all functioning, which is really what I care about. If I need to interact with YouTube chat directly, I'm going to have to tab over on my browser because this OBS doc doesn't really give me the ability to really interact with chat at all. I can just read it, which isn't great. But we press on. I have successfully managed to not spend any money on any of this setup, which to me is the real W. So, yeah, let's just go ahead. We are transitioned over. Crank up the volume. Switch over to here. Okay. When the night is hollow. Very true. Alright, so on the agenda for today, we are going to first clean up one of the bosses that we didn't get to in Crystal Peak. And then after that, we are going to spend some time grinding Coliseum of Fools to get the other bosses that we're missing. And then after that, we're going to do just a solid check through. But I think those are I'm only missing 3 bosses in base game. And so once we got those 3 down, we'll take on the final 2 bosses of base game. And I don't know how long it's going to take. That we might call stream early tonight. Because I feel like beating base game is a pretty good place to end on. But we'll see. So I think we're going to do just a quick run through. Probably just hit green path for the extra lifeblood before we take on the boss at the top of Crystal Peak. Because we also, like, it's not just a matter of fighting the boss, it's also a matter of getting to him. Might not be a terrible idea to just do a full lifeblood run. But also, like, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, just saying that feels like it is oozing hubris, but by all accounts, he's not that tough of a boss. Oh, almost forgot to start recording. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I'll show off real fast. I got mods working. I never really looked into it, but I was talking last stream with Zero, and he mentioned the multiplayer mod, and so I was like, I should probably go ahead and look into how I should get mods up and running if I end up doing that. And so the one that I did end up downloading is a little skin mod to turn the knight into Solaire from Dark Souls, which is adorable and very much in aesthetic. But we're not going to be running with that for this playthrough, just to keep it consistent. If this run does fail, which I hope it doesn't, then we'll probably do a Solaire playthrough, just to kind of keep it visually interesting at the very least. Okay. I know there's some lifeblood near Queen Station, so let's try and grab that. Okay. I think we need to go a little bit more up. Yeah, this should be it. Yeah, it is. Look at that lifeblood. Ah! My hubris. But I mean, it's kind of crazy. We're getting towards the end of the base challenge. After 8 runs, we might it could be very well be possible that we close it out this tonight. At least in terms of the base challenge. If we do go the distance, I do intend on pursuing the DLC fights, as well as, you know, all of the extra optional stuff that I laid out in the rules. Because I think that's kind of where a lot of the rubber meets the road in terms of real gamer hour difficulty. But it's also nice because it's generally a little bit lower stakes. Most of the bosses that are DLC related are all dream fights, which means that we don't really stand to lose much at this point by taking them on. Ah. I don't know why I went left to try and C-dash right when I could have just rode the elevator like a normal person. Might as well grab this while we're here. Oh boy, more money. Man, that'll go great alongside my other $12,000. He is, and in fact, there's also even more money that I haven't bothered to pick up because I did... I was right there, too. Okay, that's actually on the to-do list. Before taking on Coliseum of Fools, we'll do a slight detour back to Queen's Garden. Or Queen's Station into Fog Canyon. But here's the boy. Enraged Guardian does double damage compared to the normal Crystal Guardian. So, not to be trifled with. But also, not the greatest concern. I didn't even bother to check for how much health that dude had. He only had 450 health, which I really, at this point, is kind of baby hours. But yeah, that's one more boss off the list. And so from here, let's think. Yeah, just go back. I do kind of want to pick up a little bit more lifeblood. Yeah, I think going to Infected Crossroads is a good... That's some easy relatively easy lifeblood. Yeah, hold on, let me... I'm willing to allow some mild profanity in the chat. I may be a Baptist, but I'm not a complete prude. I don't know how I would access it, but it'd be funny to... Swears are... I think by default, they're kind of set to off, and then it's kind of up to streamers to whitelist them. I personally am probably... I've been doing my best to avoid profanity, just because it helps keep me aware that I'm broadcasting my voice to the internet to be, you know, preserved for all of time. You know, it's not even like I don't really have that much against profanity in my personal life, especially amongst friends. You know, honestly, if you caught the most recent stream that I did alongside Gabriel, I swore a lot in that one. That's just because it was a bit more of a friendly kind of atmosphere. But yeah, I think it's a ace, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about habits and who you're around. You know, in college, when, you know, most people are away from their parents for, you know, the first time, like, for the first prolonged time in their entire lives, everyone on my college campus, that was just normal lexicon. But I can button it up whenever I want to. Okay, I think... Ooh, okay, we can do that. So, fastest way to accomplish that would be going to King... Yeah, I suppose King Station. King Station, then either through or up. I think through will generally be a little bit safer. Maybe. Eh. Oh boy. So you weren't here for the stream in which we actually got to saw what was left of the king. But yeah, you don't ever fight the Pale King. You loot his corpse for funny goodies. Yeah. Oh wait, no, wrong queen, wrong queen station. This is need to go to Queen Station, not Gardens. But yeah, essentially what you missed, Clarissa, from last stream was I went... I'll pull it up on the map. So, the way to get True Ending is you go, after getting the Shade Cloak down in the Abyss, which allows you to pass through certain barriers, you then head up into Queen Station, or Queen's Gardens, this area, and then that little kind of circle with a bunch of branches poking out of it towards the top of Queen's Gardens, that is where the Queen of Hollownest, aka the White Lady, resides. And she gives you this little doodad called the Pale Fragment, or whatever. It's one half of a charm. Then, by beating a bunch of dreams, you can sharpen your dream nail to the point where you can then take it down to here, the Palace Grounds. And so the Palace Grounds was basically where the king's palace was, but it just disappeared. No one knew why. Turns out that he somehow managed to take an entire palace and to push it into the dream world. Like Patrick Star, why don't we just take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else? Kind of energy. And so we invade the palace, and then reach the king, and he's sitting there on his throne, but he's already dead. And so you just knock his corpse off the throne, and you get the other half of the white fragment. You complete it. You go back down into the abyss, reveals a funny little cutscene, and then all of that work gets you this thing, the Void Heart. Emptiness that was hidden within, now unconstrained, unifies the void under the bearer's will. This charm is part of its bearer and cannot be unequipped. So essentially, this is basically just the key that allows us to get the true ending. Now, okay, yes, we were going to Millibel. Where's the funny banker lady? I gave her like 2,500 geo. So yeah, there's a woman here named Millibel the banker. If you give her any amount of money, she claims that she'll keep it safe for you. But I think after like maybe 1,000 geo that you give her, she just cuts and runs. And it turns out that her entire shop was just cardboard that she set up to scam people. But we don't take kindly to scammers. It doesn't matter that I have almost $1,300. It's about the principle, gosh dang it. So we're gonna go get it back. Not quite stab, but we can certainly convince her to give back what she took from us. So inside, yeah, I mean, you don't gotta put it like that, but, you know, also you're not wrong in any way, shape, or form. So by going back into this royal bathhouse, which normally is locked with a simple key, which we already got. Hello, Daenerys. But yes. Oh, hello again, dearie. Fancy running into you here. Is it your Geo you're after? Well, you see, it's a sad thing, but it's gone, all spent. The cost of running a bank can be so high. I had to charge a somewhat large service fee to your account. Perfectly legitimate, of course, just part of the whole banking deal. But thank you so much for visiting me. You can run along now, won't you? If you'll allow me some privacy, I'll be done here soon. Then you can have the spa all to yourself. Oh no, leave me be, creepy little thing. No hard feelings, okay? Right, yeah, no hard feelings. No hard feelings, you know? Just know it's all good, man. Water under the bridge. Just water, you know, like, yeah. Oh, you still had a little bit more in you, man. Ah, dang it, I accidentally sat on the bench. So yeah, I think you can eventually get back all of your money. It just takes a while. In fact, I think at this point we might have gotten more than we initially gave her. Yeah, no, we definitely are getting more money than we actually gave her. I guess that's the power of investment banking for you, huh? Makes you wonder how many other people she's managed to scam with this little scheme. And down the pit. I don't have an Insta. I do have a Discord. I'm not quite ready to really go public with that. I'm just kind of streaming for vibes, you know? But I might eventually decide to make that public. But for right now, I've mostly just been piggybacking off of another streamer's Discord. Yeah, well, we'll see how they keep going. I'm not like I'm not usually pretty good at bot detection. Some people seem to have a better nose for it than I do, but if I end up talking to ghosts, just call me senile old man. Okay, so yeah. Right. I mean, I assume it's apologies if you're actually a real person, but I assume you're very bot-like, and the fact that you haven't really responded to the allegations isn't exactly helping the case. I don't, you know, when it's completely obvious and it's just, you know, low effort, like best viewers found here, yet like, and then a link, I'll ban that because I don't really want that stuff cluttering up. But if someone is willing to put in the effort to make a chatbot that's like, or at the very least, not even a chatbot, literally just a script that is slightly more like kind and human passing, then you're doing at least the bare minimum to not annoy me. Like on some level, even though it like it's all grifters and you know, scummy business practices, but if you gotta put some effort into the craft, you know? Like when it's just like, oh man, you know, here's a chatbot advertising our product, and it's like it all comes from the exact same IP address, so even Twitch at this point has like come to recognize that it's probably suspicious. Then, you know, I don't have to think twice about just click ban. But if you're willing to put in the legwork of like adding 3 extra lines of dialogue, yeah. Ah. See, like this guy. I don't even know if he showed up for you, but well, he's banned now. Oh right, I don't like going through this entrance anymore. Ah, we keep going. And I shouldn't have done that. Immediately regret going through this entrance. We'll just go back up through Dirtmouth. Yeah, no, it posted something for like 0.1 second and then Twitch immediately flagged it. Yeah, I mean, most streamers that I have listened to have very, very, very few nice things to say about Twitch, but, you know, as someone who's just kind of starting out, it's like, I don't know, they're pretty neat. Their UI certainly integrates a lot nicer into OBS than YouTube's does, which, you know, it shows that they are aware and competent of, like, you know, how they get content, which is by making everything run as smoothly as possible for streamers. So, I mean, you know, you could definitely argue that it's like they're doing the bare minimum. But still, like, it's clear that this was something that didn't happen overnight. A lot of sort of gradual processes have gone in, you know, shoulder of giants and all that. Okay. Oh, you're kidding me. I hate how inconspicuous the droppings are on this, like, orange background with the orange haze. It's like, oh man, I didn't see that orange projectile. But I think we're gonna grab... Ah. Okay, we're just gonna... Yoink. If you're a real person, then kindly stop. Like, yeah, I mean, real grayscale mail enthusiasts know that I hate spending money on things. So you try to come to me, and the first thing you're saying is like, "Ooh, would you like to spend money?" And the answer is no. But no, I mean, it would be, like, don't get me wrong. Am I completely content with my setup as is? No, not really. I have a, you know, talking PNG of a trace of an image that I made with a mouse in, like, browser-based Photoshop. This is as novice and as unprofessional as you can even, like, theoretically imagine, right? So, but like, in order for me to want to invest more into the setup to make it look nicer and to have, like, you know, maybe like an animated little dude, like a PNG, like a proper PNG tuber rather than just a literal PNG, I would much rather, I would want to wait until I actually get like some amount of some schmeckles back in from this. Right. Where was it? Yeah, this way. Right, I mean, that's always kind of how they hook you, is they keep the actual costs, like, until you already feel like you're in, and it's like, oh, well, already did all this work, you know, and then it's like, then you're the jerk if you don't pay them for something that you weren't really super crazy. It's like carnival games, you know? Like how carnies will, like, offer the ball to a kid when the kid doesn't understand that by taking the ball and throwing it at the thing, you have already agreed to pay. Like, it's kind of that, like, just sort of scummy practice. Oh, wait, I went too high. I went way too high. Oops. Oh, you're kidding me. Ugh. Cringe. Alrighty. Finally made it to Coliseum of Fools. So we're gonna do this one challenge at a time. We've already done the first one. We're gonna have to redo the first one. We'll save that for another stream probably. But go ahead and pay the Geo for Trial the Conqueror. And so we're going to do Trial the Conqueror, and then we're going to do another run of Lifeblood, because we are not, probably we're going to do a full kingdom-to-kingdom spanning Lifeblood run, and try to get as many masks as possible, because I don't want to go into that, unprepared. Because this is really tense. All of these trials are designed for you to be able to heal. And so they are true and proper marathons. Every hit that I take is pretty important. So this is a generally new enemy. It's not the best idea to pogo them, because they can jump. But you can still pogo them. These guys are pogo fodder. As long as you can double jump above them, they're pretty easy to take care of. Oh, and yeah, no, I need to be a lot more conscientious about where these dudes spawn. So these are the little dudes that we ran into in Green Path, but they are armored, so they are a bit harder to take care of, and they're bigger. But they go down pretty quickly to a fireball. Ah! Oh, you're kidding me. Ah, that was... okay. It's all good. I just need to be a little bit more conscientious about getting rid of the dudes who are more aggro. Because, like, these things, I can take my time, calm down, keep it chill. But the dudes that are gonna aggro for me immediately should take priority. Oh, you're kidding me. I should have seen that coming. Okay. Still doing alright. I don't... You know, if I was smart, I would have done this during my off time, just so that I have a note about what I'm actually going into. Okay, big guy. Nothing to worry about. And then there's like, what? Yeah, another guy. Okay. Oh, you're kidding me. Ah. I'm choking. Okay, 9 health. Hello, friend. Oh, you're... Oh, brother. This guy stinks. You're still not dead from that? Okay, there you go. Nice double hit. Try to line that up. Hit both. Excellent. Okay. We schmovin'. We schmixin'. 14 hits, so what is that, 70 health? Oof. Get away from me, you demon. Okay. Are we close? I feel like we're close. No, not quite there. Yeah, the problem with the Bishriek is that because it provides so much knockback against enemies, sometimes the enemies just get one hit from it and they just immediately get knocked out of it. So you really gotta catch them in the middle. Oh no. Keep my soul high. But the less of these things I have to deal at the same time, the better. Just stay above him. Okay. We're chilling. What's the matter, buddy? You doing okay, buddy? I feel like at some point using, like, the weakest, most dull mail is almost a cruelty to the bosses at this point. And here we are. This is the final stretch. They don't get a title card, which is interesting, because they are, by all accounts, proper and true bosses. And so killing one really angers the other one. But they go down pretty quick. So, okay. 7 health to spare. That's not terrible. We lost a lot of it really early on when I was still kind of just getting my bearings, but overall not bad. We definitely need to improve a lot if we want to survive Trial of the Fool. So, ugh. Oh yeah, that's something we can do. How miserable to be stuck here instead of continuing my quest. I came to this kingdom to fulfill a promise, and that is what I will do. So yeah, Zote here got himself captured by the fools. After you rescue him from Deep Nest, he will show up here, and then if you do the first trial, he will be the final boss, quote unquote. He does no damage. It's intentionally meant to be a joke. But that is something we're gonna have to do in order to access one of the DLC bosses. But we don't need to do that right now. Instead, we need to think about what the game plan is for Trial of the Fool. What might be not a terrible idea is if we drop Lifeblood Core and Spell Twister, and in its place put on Hive Blood and Nail Masters. The idea is, if we get down to our final 5 health, we'll be able to, as long as we just don't get hit for like 12 to 15 seconds, which we were able to do at least with some amount of consistency during the second trial, that will allow us to make our health last longer. So it's kind of investing in ourselves. It's investing in our ability to survive for long periods of time without getting hit, rather than investing in just extra health, just straight up. So, I'm not crazy about it, because it's an extra Charm Notch, which means that we lose Spell Twister, and Spell Twister is honestly really useful for keeping the cost of our spells down. So I think we might just keep with this. This might just be the play. It's not great. It's not ideal. But I think if we go and do a full sweep of the entire map for all of the Lifeblood. Oh, there's 2 things of Lifeblood in Deep Nest. Quickest way to it is through Fungal Wastes, which is Queen Station. So, okay. I don't like going back into Deep Nest, but if we can manage to get through there with all that Lifeblood, that's really going to be, I think, the difference maker. Because, like, that's like 4 to 5 Lifeblood there, 2 Lifeblood there, so that's like, I'll just call it 7, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19. Let me just go ahead while we're strategizing, pull up the wiki real fast just so that I can be absolutely sure that I know all of the locations. Okay, yeah. That seems to be all the locations. Okay. So yeah, I think with that, that's a total of like 19 extra health. I think we can manage that. So what's... We start by going to Deep Nest, and we do that full route. Hit Deep Nest first, and then go back to get the fungal wastes by the Mantis Lords. And then from there, probably next prio... Infected Crossroads is kind of a risk. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But this should be the last time that I sit on a bench for a while. So Queen Station first, into Deep Nest. Okay, hold on. I believe it's the second, yeah, it's the second thing to Deep Nest, which is where we want to go to, so... Alright, down into Deep Nest we shall go. Okay, so we cut down and then down left, and then up. Okay. We actually don't need to be worrying that much because there's a bench right next to the first Lifeblood Cocoon, so I can ease up a little bit on my tenseness. But once when we start grabbing Lifeblood, then we can't sit on the bench again. Oh boy. Okay, so we went down, and then we cut left. Yep. Oh, but this is a one-way, because I haven't... that sucks. Okay. Note to self. Unlock that one-way. Once when I go all the way down, and then climb back up. Like a goober. That actually... Well, no, that still doesn't help. Hello, Zero. I imagine it's very late for you, but thanks for stopping by for the stream, my guy. Yeah, don't... My goodness, man. Get some sleep. Yeah, thanks for saying hi. Go to bed. There we go. Okay, finally opened up that one way.
Ned.
Thank you for the follow, whoever just did that. Again, my setup's a little scuffed. I probably need to have an alert doc because I was trying to read that from my recording of the stream, and... Ah, very cool. Yeah, I finally, also in the process of me getting multi-stream working, I figured out how to more properly integrate alerts into the stream. Again, I can't read them if they don't show up in chat, but I'll fix that. Let's see. Okay, so I went back down, so I just need to hug the left side of this room. Interesting. Oh, you're kidding me. I feel like I'm turned around. After Hollow Knight, which I'm still gonna be streaming for a while, I will probably do a break by playing some Pizza Tower. Okay, well that's a wash. Let me figure out how to get to this frickin' lifeblood that I've been trying to find before I bail back. Because I'm definitely not going the right way. Yeah, no, I am very much not going the right way. Yeah, no, way too far. So I need to go up. But yeah, after this game, probably Pizza Tower. Maybe I'll circle back and play some more Random Access Mayhem, because I haven't really shown that off to this crowd. The last time I streamed it was like 6 to 7 months ago. So, and I think it's had an update since then. I've been meaning to play it. Oh, and then also, my buddy has a really weird work schedule, but he got into Undertale back in the day, and then fell off by the time Deltarune came out, and so now that Chapters 3 and 4 are out, I've been holding off on playing those so that I can do it with him on stream, with him watching. Figure that can make for some colorful commentary. So, yeah, Pizza Tower, Ram, which is a roguelike twin-stick shooter, and Deltarune. Yeah, it's a fun game. Though, like, I'm not... The reason why I don't really want to do it just by myself is that I don't feel like it... To me, Deltarune's writing, like, is already so tight and is, you know, so of such... Escape from Duckov? Yeah, I might get it. I could certainly look into that. If it's a parody of Escape from Tarkov, then I'm not sure that's going to be my speed, but I could certainly give it a try, Izzle. But yeah, I generally, because Deltarune's writing is so tight, I feel like I need something more than just me, like, reading the dialogue and being like, huh, that was funny, in order to make it actually worth streaming. So I kind of want to have a buddy on for that. So overworld camera, duck on. Yeah, I feel like I'm going crazy here, trying to find this entrance. If only, if only I could use Wayward Compass. Like, this is genuinely the one area in which I wish I was able to use Wayward Compass. Generally, I'm perfectly fine navigating this world without it, but I think, like, the devs just intentionally made the map as obtuse and hard. Like, it just... I feel like it just straight up does not line up. Like, the shape of these rooms are not what I am currently traversing through. It just... I feel like it is just straight up wrong. And that's done intentionally to spite me. But I found this place naturally the first time. So it's flipping around here. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, I'm a dummy. Oh, I'm a big old dummy. See, I thought I was on the left side, but I was on the right, so I need to actually... Hold on. Big dummy. I need to go down there first. Gotcha, gotcha. Man, if I had a nickel for every time an enemy used their children as projectiles, I'd have, like, 4 nickels, which at that point is just starting to become concerning. It's it's not real. It's past the point where it's like, if it was only 2 times, then it'd be weird. That it. But like, no, there's like, okay, let's think. There's the mothers in Crossroads, and then technically Grow's mother, though they don't really use it as a projectile, so we won't count that. And then there are those guys. Feel like I'm missing some other enemy that uses children as projectiles. Maybe it really only is 2, in which case we can use the Doofenshmirtz meme of I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Okay. Okay, no, I just keep going this way. There we go. Alright, that is 5 lifeblood banked. Now we need to get the math out of here. Oh, you're kidding me. I cannot believe I bonked my head and completely failed that jump. That's pathetic. Okay. Oh boy, that guy goes fast. Oh, you're... I hate these stupid things. Okay, that's a wash. Okay. Well. Now we take the walk back to the bench, reset the lifeblood, and make another pass at the two. So yeah, apologies, this is not going to be a terribly interesting stream for like the next 40 minutes. Because I am not going into Trial of the Fool unprepared, but that preparation requires me to beat my head against a wall. Did I go too far down? I think I did. Yeah, I definitely did. Son of a gun. Okay. Wait, can I hit that? I feel... I'm getting stuck on it. Surely I can jump off of that. Come on. I'm bonking my head against that thing. Okay. How do I get around? Goodness, I don't even know where I am at this point. Have I mentioned how much I don't like Deep Nest? I feel like I need to just re-emphasize that one more time. I really don't like Deep Nest. Hello, Elsie. I hope you're in for a long one, because I am currently stuck in Deep Nest purgatory, trying to gather lifeblood while also not losing all the lifeblood in the process of leaving, which, ugh, easier said than done. Get back here, you little goober. I must consume you for your essence. Well, I mean, don't feel the... This is definitely, like... All streams on some level are 100% second monitor content. My streams, more than most, are certainly second monitor content, but of the quality of my streams, this one in particular is absolutely second monitor content. So I do not feel bad about anyone doing anything else. If you want to keep me in the background or just decide that I'm not worth the worth it, this is... Check back in like 30 minutes. Maybe I will have gotten past this at this point. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here this time. The inherent need... Yeah, no, I mean... I would be a liar if I said that most of the time that I've been a passive audience member in stream. I haven't been playing something else and then switching back to type something whenever I thought of something mildly funny. But when I'm in a call, I usually try to focus in. Okay. If we can just get past the room that spawns a bunch of silverfish at my feet, then we'll be golden. Okay. I don't have a ton of soul. That was... Okay. Let's try and farm it off of this guy. Well. Yeah, I'm trying to get as many as possible. So... Get away from me, you fiends. Okay, we're out of there. Cool, 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 cool. Now, we are here, so we want to navigate down to Mantis Village. So we're going right most of the way. I know that it was very helpful when I, the physical person, pointed at the screen that you guys exactly knew where we were. But yeah, ideally, if we do everything correctly here, and we don't take a ton of damage, by the time we make it to the Colosseum, our masks will be scraping the right side of the screen, and we're going to need every single one of them. I'm going to be 100% with you. Bow to the Mantis. Yeah, no, soft colors, beautiful music. I think Hollow Knight just in general is great second monitor content because it's very pretty, easy on the ears. Okay, so let's just navigate down here. Doo-doo-doo. Bow. Okay. Now, so we've gotten those 3. The next set that I want to go after is probably going to be, yeah, Fog Canyon's probably the scariest one. And then we hit Fog Canyon, followed by Infected Crossroads, followed by Green Path, followed by King's Pass. Then we head to Kingdom's Edge, pick up that one, and that should be all of them. So, that's the plan. Yeah, no. I mean, Discord, that's kind of the problem with Discord. It's like, it removes latency, but unless you, like, pay Ultra Nitro, and even if you do pay Nitro, the stream quality just isn't nearly as good. Yeah, no. One of the reasons why I haven't been too terribly eager to get people into, like, a Discord call for my streams is just I don't have Nitro, and so I know that the prospect of live streaming to them, it's just going to be full of lag and look absolutely dog water, poo-poo, stinky awful. But I'll eventually get around to... I think I'm going the wrong way. I'll eventually get around to getting people onto my stream in calls, because it's fun. Wait a second, I'm also not going the right way. Okay, I went a little too far. Here we are. Yep. Yeah, that might be interesting. I didn't read the entire message, but yeah, sure, why not? I'm still avoiding the acid like it damages me, but like I know that I'm immune to it, but my fingers still kind of tense up when it's like, oh, I'm about to hit the acid. Oh no. Oh no, the horror. I'm gonna hit the acid, guys. I'm gonna lose health. Yeah, no, just got a nice, just some pretty bubbles, nothing more. Oh man, I think now we're getting into some pretty goofy territory, with the amount of lifeblood we have. Yes, so lifeblood is a substance that doesn't have a ton of lore, or at least it doesn't have a ton of concrete lore. But essentially it is something that bugs can consume to increase the health of their shell. So it works like temporary hit points in other video games, where you can't heal it, and it's the first thing that gets deducted when you take damage. And then sort of the way that it works in this game is you get lifeblood from the cocoons that are scattered throughout the map, and the cocoons only replenish when you sit on a bench. However, whenever you sit on a bench, you lose all of your excess lifeblood. So, basically, if you want to get the maximum amount of lifeblood, you have to do a full run of the entire map without taking damage. Which sounds daunting, and, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not exactly a walk in the park. But compared to the prospect of taking on some of the game's tougher challenges without, you know, an extra 18 health to throw around, I would much rather do this than try to take on Trial of the Fool without practice. Yeah, no, like, I could stub my toe, and that's a lifeblood I won't be able to take into the trial. I'm not going to do a complete reset if I take, you know, 1 point of damage. But I also just want to be as conservative as possible here. In hindsight, I think Infected Crossroads is more daunting than Fog Canyon, so in the event that I have to do this route again, I will probably hit Infected Crossroads earlier than Fog Canyon. For one reason, I don't know why, this is like the only geocache that respawns. No idea. But it is, in all of my playthroughs, that is the only geo-clump that I have noticed that actually respawns every time you re-enter. Maybe when you sit on a bench, I don't know. Not that it's, you know, oh man, it's easy farming. Like, it's 15 geo for... It's horribly inefficient, but... Nevertheless. Okay, let's just take this room extra slow. Oh, you're kidding me. I despise that. I despise that so much. I hate these things with a burning passion. It's fine. Acceptable losses and all that, but like, holy crap, these things are annoying. I didn't even kill any of them? That sucks. Okay. We're out of there. It's fine. One lifeblood lost isn't the end of the world. We're getting close. We're getting close to the right side of the screen. We've got 5 more lifeblood to pick up. If I sit on a bench and I lose all my progress, I'm gonna cry. Avoid the bench. I'm now getting paranoid about hitting the bench accidentally. Okay. Yeah, I think we just go the normal route. It's got a lot of primal aspids, but we've got a full soul meter. We'll be good. Just take these guys one exploding bat at a time. And so begins the climb. We're gonna use these guys as soul banks. So kill the aspid that spawns and then just dip back down to collect our earnings. Oh, we're so close to the right side of the screen. If we hadn't lost that one mask in Infected Crossroads, we would basically be there. That's that's hilarious. That's honestly awesome. Okay, I know we're close to the exit, but we're not quite there, I don't think. Nope, we're too far up. Well, that's egg on my face. Here we are. Okay, take this real slow like. You're kidding me, you're kidding me, you're kidding me. I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh well. I can't believe I fell for that. Oldest trick in the book. Ay, ay, ay. Getting freaking heart palpitations just getting to the Coliseum. Let alone getting inside of it. But we're good, we're solid. Not this time. Come on. Okay, we're going to take the tiniest little dip inside the hot springs. We're not going to rest on that bench. Good goodness. Okay. But yeah. Trial of the Fool. Fight for Geo and the glory of being a fool. Place a mark and begin the trial. You bet your sweet patootie. Oh, God be with me. This is a tough one. Yes. Fill me with your power, audience. Okay, great start. Bounce off of the boys' heads. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. What a bunch of idiots. Okay, regain soul. Take this slow. Take this nice and slow. Oh, there's the other guy. Okay. We're just going to hug this corner and wait for the bombs to stop falling. Oh, it's these guys, the frickin' frogs. Armored frogs. Do not like these guys. I do not like them, Sam I am. At least they don't have a ton of health, relative to the other enemies here. I mean, it's still like 10 nail hits, because it's like 50 damage, I think. So I need to fireball them down if I want to take them out sometime in the next year. But let's try to get back some soul before I take this guy out. Okay, one more. Come on. Get down here, you little scamp. Try to go for double hits. Nice. Okay. Ah! Okay, take out the Aspid first. And now... Okay, cool. Then we play Keep Away. Take you out. Farm you for soul. Take you out. Okay, we're not doing bad. We still have a long way to go because this is a marathon of a trial. Again, I shouldn't be trying to pogo off that guy because it's not consistent. Hello. Ah! I hate these frickin' flying mantises. Please die. Okay, let's farm some soul off of this guy. Okay, we're doing good, we're doing good. Okay, gotta watch out for the floor. Floor is lava. Like a chump, bro. That was a boss. Like a chump. Oh, I don't like this guy. He's actually something that's relatively unique to the Trial of the Fool, because he does the attack that Umu, the boss, does. Oh, that dude baited me so hard. Oh my goodness. I'm getting baited so unbelievably hard by this guy. Just pure jukes. Okay, let's just take him out. Oh, you're kidding. Ah, needed to wait a bit longer. Okay, okay. Doing good, we're doing good. Okay, take out flying dude. Oh, you're kidding me. He baited me so hard. Oh my goodness. Take that. Okay. It's fine. Okay, we're good. Should have seen that one coming. I got cornered so hard there. That was pitiful. These little boogers. I remember them now. We're gonna fight the Brooding Moloch soon. Oh, you're kidding me. I was winding up a spell. I'm just gonna... Okay. Can't be bothered. Please die soon. Thank you. I remember this part. Okay. If my memory serves correctly, we're at the halfway point. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got hit by that. Yep, I remember this part. Just build up soul. I can't believe I downed... Oh my goodness, I hate that I miss input. That was such crummy play. Why am I misinputting so much on my spells? Okay, I need to build back soul. So we're just gonna take this slow. Nope, not dealing with you. You're close to dying. You're close to... There you are. My brain, like, hears all of the enemies underneath me and wants so desperately to just dive bomb, but I have to remind myself that there is nothing underneath here but spikes. So instead, we'll get below them. Oh, that was clean. Okay. Okay, we're done with that part. I don't remember the strategy for this part. I think we just descending dive and pray. Yeah, because most of them just kill themselves on the spikes. Okay, okay. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh boy. I really don't like it when they get so close together that they disguise each other's attacks. Like, I don't see what the other one's doing because they're behind. Oh my goodness, how did I not? Okay. I really hope we're getting close here. You son of a gun. You almost got me. Oh boy, that guy almost got me. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're chilling. Oh, you're kidding me. I didn't even see that spawn. Oh my goodness. Get out of there. Please die soon. Is that a good sign? That cheering. Please tell me. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're at the boss. Oh my goodness. 5 health. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Why did I dash that way? Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me, you're kidding me, you're kidding me. Oh, let's go! Oh my freaking goodness. Oh. One mask remaining. Every single piece of lifeblood was used. Every last one. Oh. 3,000 geo. Whoop-de-frickin-do. We did it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that sucked. That sucked so bad. Oh. Okay. Oh, I need a minute. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I've never been so scared of losing the run after, oh, we're an hour and 40 in. Oh my goodness, because if I truly stacked the deck in my favor as much as possible. I didn't prep on it. Well, that's what I could have done. I could have gone into another file and just ran through Trial of the Fool, take notes, and just, like, be more prepared. I didn't do that out of some, mostly laziness, but perhaps a sense of, like, wanting to be authentic. But, oh my goodness, okay. So, let's take a hot minute and switch over. So, okay. Of the non-DLC, which is everything down here, we have taken down False Knight, Brooding Moloch, Vengeful King, Hornet One, Gross Mother, Mantis Lords, Crystal Guardian, Soul Warrior Key, Soul Master, Dung Defender, Hornet 2, Zero, Gorb, Elderhu, Markoth, Galleon, Marmu, No Eyes, Broken Vessel, Lost Kin, Soul Tyrant, Failed Champion, Watcher Knights, Umu, and Traitor Lord, as well as Nosk, Hive Knight, Collector, Enraged Guardian, Flukemar, Obelobbles, Grim, God Tamer, and Massive Moss Charger. There are 2 bosses left. I'm gonna sit on a bench. Do it again, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you couldn't get me to do that. Nope. If you want me to, I'll switch over to a playthrough that actually has all health, soul, and nail upgrades, and I'll do it there. How about that? Why so many bosses? Because this is the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias. But yeah, part of the challenge run, because if I were just doing any percent, or if I was just doing true ending, I wouldn't need to fight all of those bosses. I fought all of those bosses because I thought that it was the most authentic Hollow Knight experience to take on all of them. And we haven't done all of them, even after we take on the final boss, because we have DLC bosses to worry about. But those are much lower stakes, because they're all dream bosses. Meaning that we can die as many times as we like, and our Steel Soul run won't end. So now, we're going to go to the bench, and we're going to do probably not a full run-through, but we're going to do a pass of all of the... We're going to do a pass through the easily obtainable lifeblood. And so the easily obtainable lifeblood is Queen Station. Yeah, Queen Station, Infected Crossroads, Green Path, King's Pass. So we'll hit those 4. And then we'll head into the Black Egg Temple and take on the final boss of the game. Oh, dude, this frickin' run, man. Nestlocke is the rule set that I have made up. It is designed to emulate a Nuzlocke, like from Pokemon, which is done so by limiting the charms that I can find to 1 per area. And then the rules that actually kind of impact playing Hollow Knight is I can't heal using focus. So that's kind of like... a lot of Nuzlocks will include the rule that you can't use like healing items during battle. So that's kind of the translation in this game. I'm essentially... a more apt comparison would be like doing a Dark Souls run without Estus Flasks. It's not quite the same, because I think generally this game is a bit less punishing when it comes to damage, compared to Dark Souls, where like any enemy could take like half your health bar, and that's just kind of standard. In this game, it's a bit more gradual. But yeah, the important thing about this run through is that I I can't heal outside of sitting on benches. And then also I'm not picking up any of the health, nail, or soul upgrades. So my stats are as low as they can go outside of charm manipulation, which I have abused generously. This is, like, and I should sort of stress, this is not, like, the hardest Hollow Knight challenge run that could ever possibly exist. It's just the one that I know I am confident that I could do in a reasonable amount of time. Because there are, like... If you wanted to go true... Yeah, I came up with the idea of Nestlocke. I mean, it just started as simple as, what if I played through Hollow Knight but I didn't use the healing ability? And then I made some sort of aesthetic and some, you know, more mechanical adjustments to the rules to kind of better embody that Nuzlocke spirit of, like, proper routing and, you know, sacrifices and, like, you know, that kind of idea. I don't know why I'm going this way. It's... I just lost a lifeblood that I really had no reason to lose. But I guess we're taking the scenic route. Honestly, yeah, no, I think the scenic route... It sucks that I lost that lifeblood there, but the scenic route is necessary, because I'm still wired. I'm still totally wired after that nail-biter of a finish. I can't believe I went in with 5 health and lost 4 of it, and then I was like 1 fireball away. That was heart-wrenching. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, if I wasn't using this rule set, then I wouldn't have moments like that anymore. I mean, I guess I could dabble into mods, and like I know that the Hollow Knight community has made a ton of, like, you know, custom-made bosses that are kick your teeth in hard. But I don't know, man. There's something about playing the base game with both arms tied behind your back. And you just have to, you know, gnaw at things with your teeth. Because, like, if I'm going against, like, a brand new boss that I've never, you know, seen before, never faced before, I don't have any relationship with it, you know? But every single boss that I've taken on in this challenge, I have fought dozens of times at this point. And so, I think that it's much more fun to kind of re-experience that struggle that I had with the exact same bosses, rather than just taking on custom challenges where it's like, you know, Radiance 3.0 now guaranteed to be frame perfect impossible. I don't know. Everyone has kind of their tolerance for how much BS they can put up with. But I think this is kind of mine, if I'm to be honest. We're really hitting the limit of what I'm willing to struggle through. At least for right now. Who knows? Maybe if I keep doing this after years and years, my desire for more challenge runs will just increase with time. Yeah, I already grabbed all the other ones, so I think what we'll do, rather than going up through that hell of an elevator, we'll just go the long way around to Black Egg, because I should No, I can't. Hold on. Need to check my map. I don't think I might... I think I might have to go through that elevator because, like, okay. We're here. I can't go through there. I can't go through there. I have to go through the elevator. Dang it. Yeah, I'll be the like, you know, the founder of the Nestlocke. But, you know, to create a challenge that, by all accounts, is probably not as hard as what other people in the community have already accomplished. It isn't, you know, that crazy. It'd be one thing if I was breaking ground on making a truly diabolical rule set that no one else has ever thought of. But I can almost guarantee that someone has done a Steel Soul, no healing, no charms, no, like... Because that's kind of my big omission in this, is that I have allowed myself to both pick up all of the movement items that I wanted. I've also allowed myself to get all of the spell upgrades, which, like, most of them aren't technically, like... Half of the spells aren't even required in order to progress. And then none of the spell upgrades are required. So, like, if we're playing, like, true minimalist... Like, you could do a true minimalist Steel Soul no healing run, and it would, by all accounts, be more difficult than the Nestlocke. Although I think, in that instance, you probably wouldn't... Like, anyone trying to attempt that wouldn't go after all the bosses, they'd just go for completion. Because at that point, you're handicapping yourself so much, it's just absolutely brutal. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm glad that you're impressed, you know? But here we are, in the Black Egg Temple, where the Hollow Knight lies. I'm impressed, little ghost. You've burdened yourself with the fate of this world, yet you stand strong. To break the Dreamer's seals would alone be considered an impossible task, but to accept that void inside yourself, that casts you as something rather exceptional. Could it achieve that impossible thing? Should it? So, something that various NPCs throughout the game have kind of hinted at is, by pursuing the true ending, we have faced ourselves with a bit of a dilemma. The nature of us as a vessel is to go in there and break the Hollow Knight so that we can become the new Hollow Knight and contain the radiance inside of ourselves. That was what we were designed for. However, through our long journeying throughout the entire kingdom, we have discovered the ability to not just invade dreams with greater strength, but to command a power that is opposed to the radiance. So rather than simply containing this plague, we have the opportunity to once and for all end it. Vessel, though bound, you shall know the state of the world. Hollownest will be whole again. So with this, we can look at our completion percentage. We're at 90% completion. That is because we haven't picked up most of the collectibles that progress towards completion, as well as we are missing a couple of charms. We've gotten most of them. I can't even remember what we're missing. Grubberfly's Elegy. And that's the only one that comes to mind. So, yeah. Alright. Time to take on the boss. Sup, bro? How you been? Listen to that orchestra rise. One more chain. the Hollow Knight. And here we go. So, Hollow Knight, pretty fast, a lot of attacks. I think really what his biggest strength is the variety of attacks that he has. He's got a counter similar to Hornet 2, but he's not the scariest guy in the world. I say that as I immediately take damage from him, but he loves this jumping attack. But what's this? It seems that a bit of the Hollow Knight remains, still trying to fight the infection that he's become entrapped in. After all, the Hollow Knight on some level still wants to perform its duty. And perhaps it's that desire to perform its duty that doomed it to failure. Because the Hollow Knight was designed to be a vessel without will or mind. But as it was raised by the Pale King and given that order to protect the kingdom, a singular idea was instilled within it. And that idea caused it to be susceptible to the Radiance's influence. But now it's time to invade his mind. It is stabbing itself. It's trying to destroy the Radiance. But now we're inside its mind. Inside what it's been containing for all of this time. There's only one thing left to do, but face the sun. Behold, the Radiance. So, Radiance is notable for doing double damage on basically all attacks. So if it seems like I'm taking this a little slow, it's because I really don't want to get hit. Like that. And so this phase is pretty simple. We just dodge the nails as they come down. We can duck between each nail, but they do leave larger gaps. Yes, the Radiance was not initially an antagonist. It wasn't inherently an evil thing. But the Moth tribe that was once loyal to the Radiance instead turned their backs on it when they worshipped the Pale King in his light. And in their abandoning of the Radiance, they locked it away into the Dream Realm. And the Radiance didn't like that. So, when it eventually came back, because a being of this strength could not be contained, it came back with a vengeance. And it decided to take everything away from the Pale King that took its followers away from it. It created the infection as a way to ensure that all bugs would always follow its light forever. And here we go, the final ascent. Our Void brothers and sisters follow us up as we have called them to our side. The Radiance, fleeing in terror, tries to strike us down with its holy light. But the Void comes to collect. The Hollow Knight opens up its face. We reveal our true form. And we give it the unholy smackdown it so desperately deserved. Truly, it shall dream no more. The void dissipates. Hornet is left alive, not knowing what went on in the dream realm. Still alive. And looks down to see what's left of the vessel that did so much for a kingdom that has already since passed. As the siblings trapped in the abyss, unfulfilled in their purpose, can now be laid to rest, knowing that their mortal enemy, the Radiance, is no more. We did it! Ah! We did it! The Nestlocke has been completed. We got through the whole game without healing once. No nail upgrades, no health upgrades, no soul upgrades. With limited charm selection. It's done. It is done. The main thrust. We're not out of the woods yet, but as long as I don't make a horrible miscalculation, the likelihoods of the run ending at this point are basically zero. Victory, but at what cost? Yeah. So the DLC it takes place before. It's kind of like, in a lot of Legend of Zelda games where you just get put right before you enter the final boss room. So in this instance, all the DLC is just kind of extra bosses and more challenges. The reason why I'm going after all the DLC is that there is an alternative ending by pursuing the DLC to its natural end that some people would consider to be more quote-unquote authentic because it is so much harder to get. And so if people are talking like, oh, it's a true ending because it's, the most difficult, there is an additional ending that the DLCs add that we will be getting. And that's kind of the thrust of the second half of this challenge, is getting that other ending while not healing at all. Because we need to do a little bit of cleanup for the other DLCs. But I think after next stream, we will be diving headfirst into Godhome. And Godhome is boss rush time. So if you thought that the Trial of the Fool was stressful by taking on a bunch of enemies back to back to back to back, imagine doing that with like 40 bosses back to back to back to back. So yeah, that's what I have to look forward to. Congratulations. You played skillfully and proved you have a steel soul. Thank you for taking the time to explore and conquer the world we built. We'll meet again soon with a new challenge for you. Team Cherry. "90% completion in 14 hours. Not terrible. I mean, obviously, if I had the ability to heal, I would have done that a lot faster. But that's it. That's the main thrust of the game, man. So, let's go ahead, transition back here. Hollow Knight and Radiance, all done. 37 bosses killed, 11 more to go. So, what's up next is going to be the Hidden Dreams bosses, followed by NKG, which is from the Grim Troop. And then after we defeat these Chuckle Nuts, it is on to Godhome and all of the extra bosses that get added in that. So, that's the plan. I think this is the perfect time to end stream. We did it. We got the main thrust of the game done. From here on out, it's all gravy. So, thank you all for watching. I know it was mostly just Twitch people, but as far as I can tell, YouTube ran and is running smoothly. So it seems like my first multi-stream was a success, at least on a technical level. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.